All right. I should be live. I think that I'm on the show. I'm going to go follow my link. And we kick right into it now. Testing, testing. I love this. The first comment is, they're late. Fuck you, Kyle. Dude, I was like 13 seconds late. Unsub. I'm out of here. This is just, I can't handle this. It's nonsense. My clock still says 8. I don't know how deep into 8 it is. I'm going to check. Oh, it was pretty deep. As I said, I bet I didn't get here till 8 and 30 seconds. So, fuck Kyle. Can, can you do that again for me? I'm not recording. Can you go back to the what's? Please? 3, 2, 1. Yes, there's your intro. Welcome. It's oh, actually, I find sex easy to talk about, especially on Painkiller Already. Dude, we talk about sex with children, cows, and minotaurs on this show. Oh God, I'd take a piece of. If I could get a piece of minotaur right now, go on. So they have like man lungs, right? I'm thinking of a centaur, though. That right? That's the one that's half man, half horse, or something, right? A minotaur is half man, half bull. I'm thinking if you do it right, there's kind of a again thing happening. You know that's a horse butt. I can hardly feel you. Do you feel less of a man now? You're inferior. Of all the rapings I've had, this has been the least traumatizing so far. Move along, Woody. That's what he'd say to me. It started with the recess appointments that you were so upset about. They were. They're, huh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. All right, so allow me to interrupt for a little bit. You can't do that with the Supreme Court, right? There are only I forget which positions they are, but certainly the Supreme Court is not a realistic example. That's not one that you can do. It's not. It's not. It's not this. It's not the same. No, 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 no. You can do congressional appointments. They're not what they're called, but yeah. Anyway, you can appoint people to like department positions, and if they get congressional approval, I think they last for 4 years. But you can do temporary, like recess appointments, if it's an emergency. And presidents historically do this a lot. If there's an emergency, you can put someone in that position, like Bush did it with Bolton, if you remember right. And they only last for 1 year because there's no vote. So while we were doing this, because you said that he broke with tradition, I looked up some statistics. Bill Clinton made 139 recess appointments. George Bush made 171 recess appointments, which was good. Barack Obama has made 28. So what was your complaint again? There was. I'm having an audio issue. I'm trying to sort it out. But there was a recess. It was Christmas. Did you miss it? When they all leave, they go home. They're on vacation. Presidents historically just sit there and like hearts. So they sent one member in an effort to. That's funny. So that there would be no recess. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's. Oh, I'm working on it so hard. What frustrates me is they're like, Woody, look at the chat. Look at the chat. I'm trying. I'm trying. There's no higher level of effort than I can give you right now. This is me trying to fix the audio. It's complicated. So let's see. When I look at the shot, it says to include.
Let's go.
Included. It's crazy.
How about we talk about something else while Woody's working on his stream so we don't get the people listening at home bored?
You can talk, but they can't hear you. That's the problem.
Well, they can hear you on my stream.
All right, yeah, go there. That'll work fine. You can come back here or whatever. Watch both. Do that. That's fine too.
Okay. Let's see. He's logged in. I'm actually trying to get.
My issue is that if you give the president the power to decide when Congress is in recess and when it's not, then there is no checks and balances there. It's just like the payroll tax cut. It's ridiculous that it's up to him to decide when Congress is in recess or not the rules that Congress put down themselves.
I mean, like, not saying that that's not a big deal and everything, but like, if you're looking to critique Obama, I mean, just like 3 days ago, he signed the National Defense Authorization Act. Which
yeah, I know.
I like thing he's done the entire presidency.
Oh, absolutely. I like to pick at the things that happen as they happen. I mean, I want to go back to like his younger days of being taught by socialist, Marxist, evil professors and professing to love.
No.
We don't want to go back that far. All right, that's too far.
No. Go back to the part where he was in the terrorist training camps back in Kenya. He's a Muslim Kenyan terrorist put in place only to serve as some sort of insurgent in the government to give us to them. Right?
I heard it's actually Osama's nephew.
I mean, their names rhyme.
Yeah,
their names rhyme.
That
is a solid point. That is a solid point. Yeah, and I think we all saw it really come to light when he killed Osama. Just how tightly those guys were.
It was almost
a
like he
family
killed him
feud.
to assume his place
See,
as the king terrorist.
You're
Dude,
just
it's
it
like they're
silly.
both from Kentucky, right? It was just like Hatfields, McCoys, Obamas, and Osamas. They couldn't both last.
It was not a recess appointment because the Senate is not currently in recess.
I mean, the Senate only works a third of the year anyway. Like, it's not like
Oh
they're
my god!
carrying.
Let me go ahead and say this is boring.
They keep
Where's the
saying you
gun
can't-
talk? Who gives a fuck?
Oh,
if
I have
Hulu
gun talk.
exists?
Actually, you know what went into law 4 weeks ago in North Carolina? We got a brand new castle doctrine. I hadn't even
Oh,
realized
nice.
it. Yeah, so previously in North Carolina, if somebody was entering your house, like banging on your door, you could shoot them and kill them. Like, you're good to go. But if they're already in the house, then you have to sort of prove that they had intent to hurt you. You know, if they're sitting there with your toaster looking at the window as a way out, you can't shoot them. There's a rule against it. But now, you can shoot anybody in your house, anybody in your car, anyone in your yard, and anyone in your place of business.
Yes.
Leaps and bounds for this country. It's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
More
actually.
shooting of
Like,
But about guns, I actually have something to talk about. I had, like a week or so ago, I had 3 or 4 police officers break into my house when I was throwing a party, and they just straight up broke in and threatened to tase me. Like, could you do that to a police officer? Like, could you just shoot a police officer if he broke into your house?
try it.
Yes,
It happened in
I-
Atlanta.
they
Actually,
did. The
you
SWAT
can't.
team broke into a man's house.
They broke into a woman's house, and I think she shot them, and then they shot her, and it was the wrong fucking house.
Yeah, in North Carolina, so to answer your question, like it's probably state by state. In North Carolina, though, they actually call out policemen, bounty hunters, and somebody else, like, as it's okay to bust in your house. Like, you can't shoot them.
Yeah, Texas is different though. Texas
I was about to
Texas
say,
has
it must
passed
be
certain
different
laws
here.
has passed certain laws that allow you to, if a police officer's acting inappropriately and he's threatening you, then you can kill the cop.
From my understanding, is in South Carolina. Let me go and put this. It's like this: a cop has to be invited into your house unless he has probable cause. If you do not invite an officer into your house, he is walking into that house as a citizen or a thief. So if he kicks in your door and trespasses and threatens you with bodily harm, that says weapon drawn, he is no longer under the badge of jurisdiction. You should shoot him just like you can shoot a crackhead.
I mean, like, and that makes sense when people tell me that, but at the time when it happened, I mean, I don't own a gun, so I was just standing there unarmed, and this guy ran at me with a taser, and it's like, well, I'm fucked. I don't even know what to do. Like,
I mean, a lot of people
why
hold
did they
cops
break
as
into
easy.
your
I'll tell you what to do. Whatever he says to do.
yeah, I did it. And you know what? It hurt at first, but I just stuck with it and just dealt with it, you know?
Dude, I might prefer a raping over a tasing. Let me just tell you, I've seen people get tased. It is a brutally painful. It has been described to me as being in hell.
Yeah, I almost got tased that night. It was scary as shit.
Stop being
But-
bitches. I am tase proof. It wouldn't even bother me.
Woody, are you volunteering to be shot by a taser?
I've told
in
you,
the Deltoid.
I take a volunteer
take
to
it.
shot by a taser.
I
Yeah,
would be afraid that you would die.
I volunteer to shoot anyone with a taser.
I'm the
Who
youngest
volunteers?
here. Well, actually, you are, Kyle, but I got a strong heart.
I would need you would have to sign a waiver so thick. You would break a sweat flipping pages.
I'm in perfect health, Kyle.
I don't know, man. It's like it's hard to find someone, a cop who will tase you for fun. It's hard to find a cop it was really hard to find a cop that'll give you a
Up in South
taser.
Carolina. All you gotta do is look at him wrong during a traffic stop.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you just want to get tased. Tasers are, and people make this. They get confused about the difference between a taser and a stun gun. A stun gun is those little things that people goof around with.
Little black thing where the electricity goes back and forth.
Yeah, they're of varying strength. Some of them are so weak that you can literally play with them, tasing stunning
Yeah,
yourself.
I jack off with that shit, man. But this taser, like, he went up to me, and it was one of those things that has the laser pointer. So I looked at my chest, and there was a little laser there, like he had it ready to shoot. And I was, like, standing at the top of my stairs, and my first thought, it made no sense at all, but I was like, oh my god, I have so many people over. If he tases me, what if I shit myself? I'd never live the end of it. Like, I was that was my number one thought at the time. Not hide everything or not get in trouble. It was like, fuck, what if I shit myself and fall down my stairs? I'll always be remembered as that kid.
Yeah, dude, that's a very like whenever I talk to somebody and whenever there's going to be a tasing, I always tell them, I'm like, look, if you've got any business to do in the bathroom, go take care of that. because one way or another, it's happening. I promise.
Oh,
Those tasers are no joke. Tasers are some very serious.
Let me go ahead and instruct some people about some law enforcement. They're not above you. They're governed by the same laws you are. You're actually above them. I mean, there's certain rules that you can't do. Like you can't touch an officer, you can't hit an officer in any way, shape, or form. And it's generally best to listen to them if they're being respectful to you. But remember, you pay their salary, and they wouldn't be there without you. So they're peace officers. They're there for your convenience.
I mean, like, optimally, yeah, but at the same time, these individuals were faggots who were just honestly.
Are you scared of them?
That sounds homophobic.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean,
You're
I'm
a
scared
homophobe.
You're a homophobe.
Oh, damn it!
Homophobe?
You caught me. You got me. I'm afraid of them.
Busted. Yeah.
But
you're scared of gay people.
Gay cops only. Gay tasers, really. That's the thing.
And I just want to say this. All right, we were talking about the word homophobic earlier, and I don't like this word at all. I don't get it. And we compared it to arachnophobia, and I said basically, a person with arachnophobia, if a spider touched them, they would flip the fuck out. They would freak out, run around, scream, all that stuff. They're afraid of them.
I'm afraid of water bugs. What is that?
That's water bugophobia. But a person who's homophobic, if a gay person touched them, they probably wouldn't like it, but they're not afraid of that contact. So I'm not trying to defend people who don't like homosexuals. I'm just saying that it's the wrong classification. You can say that someone doesn't like homosexuals, that they disapprove of homosexuality, but don't say they're afraid of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they kind of use homophobia pretty, like, liberally. Like, I mean, if we're just talking about it like that, I guess I have a phobia of, like, spinach.
Yes,
like,
there you go.
I strongly dislike it, but I'm not afraid.
Exactly, right?
I hear where you're
But
coming
if
from.
we
I
could just
kind
go
of
back
like
to water bugs for a second. What the hell is a water bug, and why are you afraid of them?
Water bugs, or like we call them palmetto bugs, are a breed of cockroach that come down here in South Carolina. They're huge. Well, American cockroach, yeah. They're huge, big, and black. They pose no harm or threat to the humans whatsoever, other than breathing problems and stuff like that. And they reproduce really quickly. They're a pest. But I have a childhood fear of these things. Like, I will fight you to get away from one of these things. Like,
why wouldn't you just fight it? It's a little bug.
Look here, I'm gun-ho, and Shalene will tell you, I'm more gun-ho to kill a snake than fight a water bug. I will kill a snake all damn day. You give me a water bug,
you can only do it once. But
Yeah, your
I
snake
understand
killing
what you're
skills
saying.
are pretty weak if it's taking you all day.
Yeah, I mean, that must be it. Maybe if it's that snake from Conan the Barbarian, the giant one.
I got the snake from the Jungle Book.
Relevant
when I
example.
fight snake.
The Jungle Book. I like the reference.
The Jungle Book. That's a good one.
I want to fight my snake in a thing of coins, like the Jungle Book.
Nice.
Hey, if you Google Santorum, does it still come up with that awesome definition?
Yes, a foaming, frothy mixture of fecal matter and anal lube as the byproduct of anal sex, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It really is still the top result in Google. That's your homophobe.
Yeah, I mean, the word Santorum, that doesn't sound dirty. Like, was this around before him, or did someone just start it to get under his skin?
There's a podcaster named Dan Savage, I think. And,
yeah, dude,
he does something called the Savage Lovecast, and he often kicks. The bulk of his show is like relationship advice, but usually the first 2-3 minutes are politics as related to gay rights. And he started this Santorum thing, and it's so locked in there. I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that the stereotype for gay people is changing, right? Like, it used to be a gay person. Like, if you were to just imagine a gay person in your mind, he might, be wearing short shorts, like a tight shirt, rainbow thing, feather boa, perhaps, if you want to go over the top.
Can I just quickly sum that up?
I picture
Richard
Elton
Simmons.
John.
You think of Elton John when he's
Elton
performing,
John.
or Richard Simmons on a weekend?
The new stereotype of the gay
Elton
person
John.
is like cowboy boots, Brokeback Mountain kind of thing, votes Republican all the time and hates himself. Like, that is, I swear I see more gay people in the news following that stereotype than I do the over-the-top Elton John sort. When you see a guy campaign against gay rights forever, Santorum takes it up the butt.
I just want to say is one of my childhood heroes came out at 81 to be gay, so I can't say too much about him.
Who is that?
Who's that?
James Randi.
Oh,
Who's James?
James Randi. He's a magician, and he pretty much debunks people that pretend to be like.
You're all right.
So, Merker, I want to get back. We sort of glossed over the fact that the police knocked down your door and ran into your house.
oh yeah. I mean,
Is it because of your meth lab?
that was part of it. Thank God they didn't find it. But I mean, like, no, seriously, anyone listening, I don't do meth. All right, but yeah, pretty much. I was throwing a party, and let's preface this by saying there ain't no party like a Mercadirk party, because Mercadirk party don't stop, and so it was going, and I was just downstairs having a good time, and a buddy of mine ran from my upstairs down. He's like, "Oh, Taylor, shit, there's cops here." And I'm like, "All right, be cool, man, be cool. Put your go face on, go up there and take care of business." And I'm like, I'm generally pretty good at speaking to people, and I'm like, I'm going to take care of this, no big deal. I get to the top of my stairs, and I look to the left and right where you could see my front and back door, and cops just burst in, just bam, just the doors open really fast.
Oh, let me clarify something. This is important. Did your friend open the door and invite them in, or did they break down the door to come in?
Nobody let them in. They opened the door themselves.
But they had probable cause.
Press charges.
No.
Probable
They
cause.
had probable cause.
What
They
on
could
what?
hear
What grounds?
the noise from the outside.
No, there was you couldn't hear the noise.
They could.
Really?
They could not.
Dude, if you're having a party and somebody outside the door can't hear it, that ain't much of a party.
Hey,
Yeah, if there's
hey,
ain't no
Merc
party
Dirk
like
parties.
a Mercadirk party. What was it? A book club?
Yeah, right? Let me just say this. I've had...
Sorry,
Dungeons and Dragons
you have
weren't
your
you?
own story about cops breaking into your house you want to tell?
I do, but I don't know if I want to tell it. Carry on.
But
What are you laughing at? Me?
Yeah, you, because it's funny. Yeah.
so everything's going according to plan, and I'm like, all right, this isn't going to be a big deal. So I walk upstairs, and let me preface this by saying I'm positive. I'm very careful. The reason that I can throw parties and not get in trouble is because I always make sure that the parking's set up, the noise is under control, everything's all good. And so everything was squared away. There was nothing wrong. I go to the front door, about to open it, and they bust in the door. Nobody let them in. They threatened to tase me, and they chased me down in the basement. And they start to... Well, I mean, you
I'm
try.
dead serious.
Like,
Press
I talked to the
charges.
guy.
You can score you about 40 grand.
I don't know about that.
If your story is 100% to the T like you're telling it, nobody invited them in, the noise is under control, there was no mischief, and they came in your door, they came in your door uninvited, you have a city official trespassing your land without permission and then threatening you with a weapon. State pay you.
Yeah, that definitely is what happened. Then they proceeded to go around and they gave out like 30 tickets to everyone who was there.
Get you a lawyer.
Oh, I already did. I talked to him about it.
What did your lawyer have to say?
Well, he said that it's this. I'm not wrong in this point. They definitely did do something illegal. Like they broke in without a warrant or probable cause.
Mm-hmm.
And when I spoke to each of the officers, they each had a different reason for why they came to the house. Like for probable cause. One of them said a neighbor called. One of them said that they could hear it from the street. And one of them said there were reports of thievery going on. Which, what the hell does that mean? Thievery? Thievery. I'm not fucking running a Robin Hood.
Yeah, I know, right? That's exactly what I thought of.
Field in your basement, huh?
It's like, I promise, officer, there's no thieving happening. Thief has entered this home. Like
there's no thievery or mischief.
Mischief, thievery, horseplay, none of the above at this home. This residence is
they couldn't have
completely
me. I'd tell you what is happening. Trespassing. Your ass, get off my property.
Yeah, and I mean, like, usually you're kind of raised to think, like, yeah, I'm an American citizen. I can, calmly tell this police officer my rights and he'll leave. Mm-hmm. But that's just not the way it is. Like, when there's a taser in your face, you learn to shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, I would do the same thing.
Oh, man, dude.
I
You should have told him to tase you. You got even bigger settlement.
No!
Hey,
no!
Tase me. Yeah, tase me, bro. Yeah.
No one has ever said, tase me, bro. There's some people who have said, don't tase me, bro. I've seen the video. But nobody's ever said, tase me, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that I'd have much of a case if I was like, yeah, they just barged into my house and tased me. Well, actually, I stole this taser and tased myself, but, But, yeah. So, pretty much crazy things at the Mercadirk household.
Indeed.
Do you want to tell your story?
I'm
sure there was plenty of thievery.
I want to hear more about this Mercadirk. I think you should do Call of Duty videos with this as your theme.
Oh, I did one of them the other day, but I'll talk about it some more when I get more info from my attorney. I had a lot of people telling me that asked me, they're like, "Hey, go talk to Wings about this and see what he would have done." And I'm like, "Okay, knowing Wings,
Wings was asking me to get the fuck off his property." I'd be like, "Have I done anything wrong, officer? Am I free to go? Good, get off my property. You're trespassing."
All three of you have an incredible arsenal of weapons. Let's say that
my weapons are 100% legal. They can go through them all day.
Break into your home, and what they're doing is illegal, and they're threatening you with actual weapons. Do you think that any of you have a chance in taking them down?
They shoot me. Let them shoot me and me live. I'm set for life.
I
feel like Wings could take a
question.
Did you hear me?
No. Well, I mean, I heard that you were talking while Wings was. Go on.
If these police officers broke into your home, like considering how many weapons you guys have, if it actually did get violent, do you think that you by yourself could like strategize and figure out a way to win that scenario? Because I mean, it's your house.
It all depends how much prep time, and if you're outnumbered, you're most likely not going to win.
Maybe in a Home Alone scenario where I could like set up booby traps on the way to my room.
You don't have your booby traps set?
I mean, if I got prep time, yeah, I could probably beat 3 cops. That means have like a barrier of fucking clothes and shit.
Clothes?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're not hiding from someone at the mall.
I know, right? Like these aren't infants that you're trying to keep out. These are policemen.
Yeah, but the fact is, you can stack clothes thick enough to actually stop one of those 9mm bullets.
Why would you?
Jesus Christ! All right,
why are clothes your barrier of choice?
Because they got a lot of stop resistance.
You know how powerful silk pants get when you compress them.
Well, look at the difference. Think about sand. Sand, you can you knock through sand with your hand, but you pack it tight enough, a bullet can't penetrate it. Same thing will happen if you pack clothes tight enough. It's got to be a really thick fucking pack, but it can happen.
I mean, look, as long as we're just arbitrarily choosing household items to use as barriers, why not grab DVD cases or ficuses or Xboxes?
Because there's room in between them. You have room for air.
I'm not going to argue the whole clothes as bulletproof material.
It's not perfect bulletproof material, let me say it. But first off, they will second guess as soon as they see the clothes. And use it as a barrier. And I'm talking about making like a sandbag of them.
I can just all right. This is ridiculous. Like you're telling me they're going to be like beating down your door and you're going to be like,
No. I'm talking about if I have ample prep time and using stuff in my house.
No, this is no prep time. This is like real time. Wings is sprinting back and forth, grabbing piles full of clothes, throwing them in front of the door.
No, I'm not going to be going for clothes in that situation. In that situation, I'm going to be using the fucking bar of the house and like loading up the AR-15 with some Full Metal Jackets, just popping them as they come through the door.
I'm trying to think. If there were 3 policemen coming to my house, how would I handle this?
Now, I got the weapons capable of making the bulletproof vest, Nolan Boyd.
Yeah, they don't work against rifles, right?
Yeah, they don't work against most things.
They don't work against, especially rifles with FMJs in them. They don't go through that.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. Like a bulletproof vest doesn't stop much at all. Like
pistols.
I mean,
it stops pistols pretty well.
No. Like about 80% of the time, it'll stop a 9mm. Like I mean, that's their like testing grade. They don't stop 9mm every time. You see them do those demonstrations.
Well, a 40 is what's a 45, right? That's the 1911. They have less penetration power in like books and drywall and stuff than a 9mm does. Of
course they do. They're slower and they're
bigger, right? So you would think that they'd stop that as well.
They do stop that. They will stop a 45.
Unless they use Full Metal Jacket ammo.
No, it doesn't matter if you use. Well, I mean, Full Metal Jacket ammo is just ball ammo. I hate that Modern Warfare 2 made Full Metal Jacket. They called what Modern Warfare 2 called Full Metal Jacket is API, Armor Piercing Incendiary. It's completely different. Completely different. Full Metal Jacket is what you buy at Walmart. Full Metal Jacket is like basic ammo. It's the most basic of ammo.
I'm pretty sure Core-Lock is the most basic.
Core-Lock is expensive. Core-Lock is.
Oh yeah, definitely Core-Lock. But anyway, as we were talking about, like.
Well, I'm saying
of all of your hundreds of guns that you all possess, which one do you think would be most effective at dispatching a squad of police officers? 2 of them were very fat, by the way.
Some type of assault rifle that can shoot really quickly.
Nah, I just want a semi-automatic 12 gauge.
The AA-12.
You know, I hate to disagree with you, Kyle, but when a 12 gauge, shotgun pellets probably could be stopped by a bulletproof vest.
Three people in the same room,
but you break every bone.
I want a striker with the range proficiency and extended mags.
I've shot a striker before. It's not that great.
It'll kill a cop in the same room.
Oh, it certainly will.
Mm-hmm.
Strikers kind of suck, though.
Have you tried it with extended mags? It shoots more pellets.
Well, you take your 9mm name high. Who cares? The fact is, you just got to get them before they get you, and you have the element of surprise. It's pretty much all you need.
I'd say the first cop comes in, you shoot him, and then you have what they refer to as a standoff, where they negotiate with you until the point where they just ram your home with one of those big vehicles and gas you out.
Yeah, but what are they going to do when they get to your barrier of clothes?
Oh, yeah, the clothes barrier.
Now they're stumped. It'll be
well,
like
fuck, how do we get them out of there?
When there's like a knee-high barrier.
Sergeant, there's nothing he
look here. Here's the way it goes at my house. If I had to kill the cops, I'd pretty much shoot the first one, and as soon as the second one backs out, I'd run out the back door back into the woods behind the house and go back that way. Make them have them a manhunt.
Would you first release the chickens so the chickens can provide some sort of support?
They're not just any chickens; they're fighting chickens, right?
They're fighting chickens.
Yeah, but they don't got no spurs on them.
I
ain't gonna individually hook them.
All right, wait a minute. You're telling me your chickens are prepared for a standoff situation?
Yeah, dude.
They're not prepared for a standoff situation.
The hypothetical situation was we knew they were coming, right? And the idea, I think, if I were Wings, I'd put stacks of silk pants by the door. And spurs on my chickens.
Hey, I could use the silk. I'm a fat guy. I could use the silk pants as like cargo nets or some shit like they fall.
This seems perfect. The stacks of silk pants and chickens with spurs, and then the cops will come running. They won't have a prayer.
Can't you just imagine Wings almost like a guy out of a movie, jump in the back fence, and the cops come out of the back door of his house looking at him, and Wings just looks back and goes, "Hey, suck my cocks," and just opens the gate. And all of them up there, they just charge him, and they're just getting gored to death by a bunch of birds as Wing makes his way.
They're just enveloped in chicken.
The woods.
Isn't that Woody's nightmare?
Probably.
I'm sorry, I was doing a pull-up. What is my nightmare?
To be enveloped by angry chickens.
Oh my god. They would do it. They would do it. This evil freaking birds would gladly...
Yeah, next time you come over, Woody, we're going to let you lay down in the backyard with some honey on your chest and some seed.
Dude, if it's me or the chickens, those chickens are going down. I'm bringing my own spurs. I got one as a Christmas present from FPS Russia. Badass spur. Gonna take out some chickens.
I bet I could take down 30 chickens before they got to me.
I bet you could too.
Has it arrived yet from me?
No, it hasn't. I'm still waiting on a Christmas present from my mama.
It should be there. I thought it'd be there today.
I almost had Kyle as Christmas present today. I'm actually selling my guitar. And I talked this guy down to he give me $150 plus a Russian bottle of vodka. I'm like, this would be perfect for Kyle. Kyle loves to drink. It was unopened, but it was actually legitimate, Ukrainian vodka.
Unopened. Oh,
that is always.
That's great. We're too good to you.
The best vodka I've ever had is I want to say it's called Nemirov vodka, and they make I think it's Ukrainian, but they make a honey pepper vodka, which at first sounds horrible, but it ends up being really good. You can drink it. There's not this horrible. You would think honey pepper vodka would have this really bad burn, but it gets rid of the alcohol burn in it.
I got a question. Have you guys ever wanted to sell something, and then the guy wants to jerk you around for an hour and a half, and then you just want to choke the bitch and say, come on, you're going to give me some money for wasting my time?
Sounded almost like a euphemism for selling yourself as a male prostitute.
Yeah, I think you're a homophobe.
You want to sell yourself for some guy?
I didn't say nothing about homosexuality, but this guy came to buy this guitar. He brung everything that was required. He's like, I want to hear it in tune. I'm like, the guitar's in tune. So he untunes it trying to get it in tune. So I call my buddy to come down the street to retune it and play it for him because I suck ass at guitar. He hears him play it, and then an hour and a half goes by. He's like, well, I don't think I can pull the string of the guitar. I'm like, it's an immaculate fucking guitar. You're never going to find a guitar at this price in this condition on Craigslist again. God, I can't stand that shit. I wanted to choke him. I wanted to demand money for wasting my damn time.
Inconvenience clause. Add that to your next article. The next thing you post.
I smell all my Craigslist ads. If you stay more than an hour and I have to call somebody to presentate the product for you, you owe me this set
People
amount
get
of
there
dollars.
to like look at your stuff, and you just right in front of them turn over a sand dial. It's like you're on the clock. Just done.
Fair warning. I mean, have you guys ever had to do that? I know Kyle has. You had to have it. You used to have a job where people jerked you around like that.
Yep.
I sold a pair of a washer and dryer set on Craigslist, and like 15 or 16 Mormons showed up all together in a van, and there was no way they were going to fit them in there. But I mean, I guess they've got that strategy down. They fit in there like goddamn
were
Tetris
they
pieces.
dishwasher connoisseurs or something?
Wow.
I don't know. Lots of clothes to clean.
I'm picturing like 15 or 16 Mormons rolling out of a van like circus clowns.
It had to be one of
Okay,
those.
it was like white shirts and ties
like
on.
8 Mormons.
That's
Mormons.
like just outside the Mitt Romney voting booth.
Did they tie them to the top of the Econoline van? What did they do?
I don't know how they fit in there. They kind of just disappeared like gypsies. They just pulled them back in and then closed the door. Like, I don't know.
I
But
had
they
some.
paid. They were kind people.
I don't understand. They are kind people. People always complain about the Jehovah's Witnesses. I like when the Jehovah's Witnesses show up. That's always
You
fun.
do?
Yeah, I love shattering people's
do.
poorly constructed worldviews. It's great.
No,
I
they
usually
show.
sit down.
What I do.
You just sit on the porch and have a talk with the Jehovah's Witnesses.
I had some show up
Really?
one time, and they weren't even looking for me. They were looking for the last guy who was at my address, and they were like, apparently he was a Hispanic guy, and they were like, "Is Juan Pablo here?" And I'm like, "No, he's not." And they looked confused for a second, and they were like, "Have you discovered Christ?" And they go into this whole, they're like, "Well, Juan's not here, but this guy looks ungodly. Let's work on him for a while." And I just completely agreed with everything they said. And at one point, I was like, I suggested that their views weren't hardcore enough for me, and that I was going to have to try to find a more old school religion. I didn't like that their forgiveness.
You
I
know what
like
I like to do
referring
to
to
them?
them as I like referring to what they say as like a cult. Like, yeah, I mean, your cult is pretty conservative. I mean, there are a lot more conservative cults out there that I really think I'd fit in more with, like the Tea Party. I'm gonna go talk to them.
I like to set them against each other because they have like little routes and neighborhoods they cover. I'd be like, another guy came by the other day. You don't even have to know. They'll eventually tell you, like, he was kind of like this tall. Like, was it Bob? Yeah, it might have been Bob. He came by and gave me some pamphlets the other day.
So I do it
I don't know.
differently.
That's what I like to do.
What I do is my dogs, right? They bark at strangers when they come to the door. So I act like I can't control the dog at all, and I'll like grab them by the collar and have the dog stand upright, and they're like like going crazy at the door, and I'm standing them up. And now my new dog, he's like 7 feet tall. Like honestly, he's like a 7 foot tall dog. So I'm holding him, and there's me. I'm like 6 foot, and he's like taller than me. And I'm like, what is it you need? Like I'm in this big hurry, like I can't, deal with it. And then they usually don't want to hang out. And that's how I work with it.
Oh, we wanted to save your soul, but that dog's pretty scary. See ya.
Exactly. Yeah. But the gigantic dog barking at the door is it's how we handle solicitors in the Gamertag house.
You ever told you a story about how I used to handle telemarketers?
No.
Go on.
Well, telemarketers, they like to call. They usually call right around dinner time. I have a sister named Taylor. You guys met her.
Yep.
And what we used to do is we'd role play an abusive couple. It'd be like they call you up, sell something like, "Hi, this is AT&T service. Who are you looking at? Oh man, I'm glad you called. I missed your call earlier. I so want your product, but I got something to take care of really quick. Give me a second." You fucking bitch! You just put the phone down, start screaming at her, and she starts screaming back at you. Be like, "Oh man, so what's your product about?"
I had a coworker that used to do that. He would people would call, and his hobby was totally just messing with like telemarketers and stuff. Even when you put yourself on the do not call list, he stayed on it because it was like a source of enjoyment for him. And he was telling me they were raising money from NC State, which is where he went to college, and they're like, "Hey, I'd like to tell you more about this or this," and he's like, "Oh my god, I don't have any money. This is horrible." And they're like, "Well, did you maybe even just $10 make a big difference?" And he's like, "Oh, you sound nice. What's your major?" "I'm in market." "That was mine too." Oh, and now I'm stuck. I was doing softcore porn for a little while, but I got older, and it just outlining the future for this person who's calling, and he had skits with gunshots involved, and he had all sorts of stuff planned. He would come and tell us about what people did. One thing that I did, I got mad, and this is before the do not call list, and so the guy calls me, and he's like, hey, would you like to buy steak knives or whatever it was? And I'm like, yes. Funny you called. I'm totally interested in steak knives. Give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. And I took the phone and I put it in the drawer and I closed it and I started watching television. And my wife is like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I thought they were rude. They were calling at the wrong time. It was like 8 p.m. or something. So as punishment, I'm just gonna put the phone in the drawer and come back every 5 minutes or so and waste their time. And my wife made me stop. She said that was a hard-working person.
I was about to
say
say
so hardcore on them that my mom has had to apologize to them before.
Okay, I have got a very good one that I did last year. So there's pretty much one internet company in my whole city of Columbia, Missouri, where I go to college, and I had someone call me. They were selling some stupid, maybe just gift cards or something really dumb, and they called me, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have fun with this. So I pretended on the phone that I was a representative of Mediacom, this other company, and got transferred from this telemarketer to their marketing manager, or whoever the hell was the head of their department, and then I gave a fake pitch about Mediacom to the marketing manager. just made it up, whole thing. I think they're going to go with Mediacom now, though. So, good for them.
I had a buddy that liked to fuck with him, and he would. It was actually one of my dad's buddies, but I think I might have told this before. But anyway, what he would do, this guy called wanting to sell vinyl siding. And that just seems like a weird thing to sell over the phone, because it's just such a huge, major decision. Do you really want to do that over the phone? So the guy calls, and he's offering the vinyl siding. And my buddy, after he finishes his initial pitch, you don't even have to say anything. They just run through this thing. He says, "I can't believe you called right now." The guy's like, "Why?" He's like, "I had the gun against my head. I was about to pull the trigger, and the phone." The guy's like, "What? What? Yeah, I was going to kill myself. I was just about to do it, and you called and stopped me. I gotta go though. I gotta take care of this." The guy's like, no. Why are you doing this? He's like, "Well, my wife left me after I lost my job. The bills keep rolling in. I don't have any money. There's no outlook for me. There's no way to make this work. I'm gonna kill myself. I'll see you later. Good luck with your vinyl siding." No, don't go. He had this guy offering him a job installing vinyl siding before it was over.
Cha-ching!
Oh man, those guys are annoying. But since I don't have a home phone, I just got my cell phone, and so you rarely get those kind of calls to your cell phone.
Do people have home phones anymore?
Yeah, some people do.
I turned mine out this year, but I don't think they can call your cell phone call.
I've gotten calls on my cell phone.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, so what'll happen? Some companies do this, and some companies up front tell you that they don't do it. When you provide them with your personal information, they sell it. So you got to be careful who you do business with. They might sell your phone number and your name to some weird random company just for I don't know $5.
Or Facebook will give it out for free, but that's okay.
Yeah, you got to set have your settings correct on Facebook, or they will.
Oh, yeah, the settings correct. Oh, the illusion of privacy.
Oh, you signed up for Facebook, motherfucker. Don't complain. They didn't make you.
No, they did. No, only a matter of time. They're going to end times, as Revelation says, I can't even pretend to know anything about that.
I don't remember Facebook in Revelation.
No, you're not reading it right then.
Okay.
It's up for interpretation. So we were going to talk about Santorum a little bit more, maybe?
I don't know why we want to talk about Santorum. Why I wanted to talk.
He almost won. If you follow the Iowa caucuses at all, nobody knew who the hell he was until the day he won.
Well, who he is, he's the guy who's kept his nose clean, and nobody really has any reason not to like him, I guess, at this point. The issue...
Well, isn't this the first talk? This is the caucuses, right?
Yes.
Dude, give him time. He'd probably break 3 or 4 girls somewhere. He'll come up in the news.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, 3 or 4, that's pretty good.
How many hookers has Rick Santorum?
Republican nominee rape ratio.
Yeah, I'll say this: that's one way to find out if there's any dirt on somebody. Let them run for public office and be. Well, it doesn't matter what your political views are; they'll find dirt on anybody. It's kind of a dirty
cocaine.
business. Like it is a dirty business though, because I mean, what does if the guy did like cocaine when he was 25? Does that really have any bearing on the man we have today who wants to run for political office? Everybody makes mistakes and does things that are crazy when they're young.
Might start
I don't know.
Fort Knox's goal for a couple
That's what
bucks.
I don't like about media's involvement in politics is they dig up this dirt, and for some reason people consider it. They're like, well, he does have a really good plan and all, and I like his foreign policy, but he did have an affair with his wife back when he was 32. Not good.
Well, I mean, you do want someone with good character.
That's
being
impossible for
representative.
politicians.
Well, that's true. I mean, but at the same time, you don't want someone like Newt Gingrich up there. Like, just even if he had the best foreign policy idea ever,
I
still a
would
dickwad to-
elect Hitler if he could convince me that he no longer had an issue with the Jews, and that if he had good foreign policy, good domestic strategy, and could get the economy rolling.
Now, are you sure you want to go with that? You want that to be a statement that you said?
Oh, come on, Merca. You'd elect Hitler.
Hey!
Let me just
hey,
say this.
hey.
Let me just say this. Chancellor Hitler would do very good things for our economy. It would be a good move. No.
Yeah, but it looks something like this. You're like, this China nation, they work too hard for us. We too soft.
Where do you
More
think
child
Hitler's
labor
from?
camps.
That's what I was about to say. Where do you think Hitler's from?
Hitler have much difficulty in organizing troop.
Your Hitler accent sounds a little bit like a Native American who knows like 60% English.
Yeah, and lived briefly in Japan in college.
Yes. That's awesome. No,
I used to work for the Japanese. Oh.
Whenever there's been a controversy about a politician's like private life, even with Bill Clinton, I was like, who cares if the dude's getting his dick sucked? Let him work on fucking Medicare. Like, let him get some shit done. I don't care if he's like literally having whores sent to the Oval Office and his wife's filming the thing. I don't care.
I'd want to get involved. I'd want to know more about the White House if those are the antics going on.
I really could not care less about a politician's personal life. It's how he conducts himself.
Well, maybe a blowjob takes the edge off so he can get more work done.
There you go.
You know, that was a great rationalization. It's good. About Ron Paul, though, like, even talking about him is dangerous, because I feel like even if you say a little bad thing about him, everyone comes out and says you're terrible, or the opposite.
Yeah, I don't understand. All right, so my issue with Ron Paul is I feel like now look, let me just say this. I don't think the United States should be this warmongering world police. However, I think that any sovereign nation should be loyal not only to their beliefs worldwide, but also loyal to their allies. So I think we have to have the ability and someone who's leading, who will in some cases use military power. That doesn't mean invading every small country, interdicting in every small country's affairs, all that stuff. But can they still hear me? Because that's all that matters. All right.
As long as they can hear Kyle, we're good.
Silenced by God himself, guys. So my issue with Ron Paul is he's like...
Wait. Test. All right, I'm going to roll with this.
Ron Paul seems like more of an isolationist. He's like, let's just stay here and handle our stuff. Why do we need this over there? Why do we need that over there? And partially he's right, but I think he's going so hardcore with it, it's just too much. Now, libertarianism sounds really good. I like the idea of a person is onto himself. If he wants to do drugs, let him do drugs. Think of the money. You know, this argument gets brought up all the time about the legalization of marijuana and how the whole drug war is just a failed cause from day one. And how much money it causes, how it empowers the cartels, how it empowers even terrorism. And if you just legalize marijuana, things would just be so much better. Ron Paul's all for that. I like that. I'm glad. I like ideas like that. But when you say that you don't want... If you're cool with Iran having a nuclear weapon and you want nothing to do with trying to stop him, that just seems silly, because Iran has funded terrorism in the past, unlike Iraq. Iraq didn't fund terrorism. Iraq kicked terrorists out of Iraq. But Iran is a little bit different. They have funded terrorist organizations. That's a known fact. And I think being okay with them having nuclear weapons is irresponsible.
I mean, but do you really think that it's responsible right now to just be like, well, we're going back to the Middle East. Let's go again. You know, round 10, whatever the hell we're doing.
Is it can we afford to do it again, or can we afford not to do it again?
We cannot afford to do it again.
We cannot afford to do it again.
We cannot. I'll say that again, like as a...
Oh, there are better things to do.
We cannot afford to do it again.
Well, yeah. Okay, I agree. Like a ground war in Iran where you take down the entire society. Yeah, that's probably something we don't need to be doing. But what about airstrikes on a nuclear facility?
Oh my goodness!
I just don't get why we even feel as though this is our decision. Like we like just because we live in the United States doesn't mean that we get to look around in other countries and go, yeah, that's not cool with me. I'm going to stop that.
I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think
world police, motherfucker.
I think the United States is the leader of the world. I think
this is exactly how all the other regimes got knocked off their pedestal. This is exactly what happens to empires. They spread themselves out.
Really quiet. They're not even hearing that.
I mean, yeah, he's talking about Rome and how they fell and how you spread too thin. England did the same thing. So you take this huge army and you spread yourself out. We are spreading ourselves out thin. We got people in Korea, the Middle East. We still got people in Bosnia. Shoot.
I mean, we still have
people
to
Iran. That's a fourth place.
We still have people in Iraq. Like that's not. We're not.
And Afghanistan.
And Afghanistan.
Well,
yes.
Let me just reiterate. I don't want troops in Iran, but I think that you can't allow that guy to have a nuclear missile. Whatever it takes. I don't think he can have one.
Look here.
So you just go around the world and knock everybody down?
We just influence him to point it at the other countries.
That doesn't because he's insane and he talks about the destruction of the United States constantly.
He's actually on Larry King.
I mean, can you really? I mean, not to take the side of Iran or anything, but I mean, he's a world leader. He's watched the Republican debates. He's watched as all of these people, aside from Ron Paul, are hounding to try and say, yes, I want to bomb the shit out of Iran. That would probably be pretty intimidating to a world leader who has to deal with that, to think, wow, one of these people is likely going to be the next elected official of the United States, and all of them want to bomb me.
What do you think?
And not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying, we need to think from other perspectives. Like, just because we have the biggest military on Earth doesn't mean we can just be the arbiter of all bombs.
We have the technical superpower. The biggest on Earth is China.
No, we have the biggest military on Earth.
I don't know if we have the most people, but we have by far the most spending.
Yeah,
yes. When people want to compare China as being this superpower, they're not a superpower. They have a big army. That's about it.
Well, you also got to move and give that army ammo. It could be like the fucking
not just ammo, food.
Yeah, food. You got to. It could be like the Russians. Like, look here, you get clip, you get gun. He die, you pick gun up.
I like
that is why I'm so. Your Chinese accent is awesome. Yeah, I think that was Russian. Or was that your Russian thing?
No, that was both. He was doing a spy. Double agent.
I have one foreign accent. That's my British accent too.
I was working on. I wish I could think of something to say in a Russian accent, but I think I've improved it since last weekend. Practicing.
Me and Woody had this discussion the other day, and all of his accents are just him making his voice deeper.
Yeah, they're horrible.
He's like, this is my Mexican accent. And this is my German accent. Sieg Heil. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you do a pretty good Russian accent?
Sometimes. I do a lot of accents.
Yeah.
But what's funny, all right, so here's my reason. Here's my idea for not liking Iran and how Iran should be dealt with.
Oh,
I feel like invading Iran is stupid. You that's a terrible idea because I feel like you've got a very young populace who is already against the regime. They don't like it. They're at a tipping point. They're not super brainwashed like the North Koreans are. They know what's up. They've got a little bit of internet trickling in. I think that war needs to be fought with propaganda and very strategic missile strikes occasionally. I don't see any issue. And I mean, this isn't a huge amount of spending. I'm talking about lobbing a few cruise missiles at these sites where they know they're creating a weapon to hurt somebody.
So this is what I call the breeding terrorist game plan, right? Just lop over some, knock out a dude, go 9/11 on him every so
Wait.
often, right? Knock down a
That
tall
might be
building.
Super horrible.
Dude. Their nuclear facilities are out in the
Really?
middle of nowhere in the desert. The only people you're killing are scientists. I mean, they don't need scientists.
Okay, well, already I'm at a disagreement there. Like, I mean, they're still people. Like, they're just because we disagree with them ideologically
How
doesn't
about we
mean we
just
should just be able
lop the
to.
head off their
murder
nuclear
them.
program and just invade North Korea? We got allies there already.
Invading North Korea would be a bad idea. Those people are brainwashed and ideologues.
It's like signing a death warrant for everyone in South Korea.
Yeah, it would be bad. They'd fuck South Korea up, and then there we would be in a place where we'd have to be killing civilians. The civilians would be making fucking bombs and charging us like.
It'd be like Vietnam again.
Oh, it would be
Look-
10 times worse.
But look at the end goal. Iran no longer has the means to make nuclear weapons.
They'll find some other way, dude.
I
I
mean,
think
didn't you hear the news that the U.S. sold like something like $3 or $5 billion worth of technology, military technology, to the United Arab Emirates?
yes, absolutely.
How the hell did United Arabs get $5 billion?
Oil.
United Arab Emirates is one of the richest places in the world. Those guys have plenty of money.
I mean, it's rich in the same way that the U.S. is rich. So, like, the very top are obscenely wealthy.
Wings,
Except
what is wrong
even
with my
more so.
microphone?
There's even more economic, I think.
It sounds like
there.
you're talking on a webcam mic across the room.
Okay.
Is that what you guys hearing this?
Yeah, I can barely hear Woody.
It almost sounds like you got a curtain over the top of your mic trying to talk.
Damn, your hair looks good though. First time I looked
Yes,
at
that hair is.
It should be
That hair-
fixed. Yeah, I think that's a problem that you guys were hearing in the stream wasn't.
You're actually
Better?
coming
It's
better now.
fixed now.
Yeah, it's much better.
All right.
No, I don't think we should be the world police. I don't think that we should be interfering with the day-to-day actions of foreign nations, unless it's going to affect us. When you see that these people who constantly swear they're going to kill us are building nuclear weapons.
But I mean, like, imagine that we weren't the most powerful nation on Earth. Like, how would you feel if China, they just decided one day, you know what, the United States has really been exhibiting way too many imperialistic tendencies. We're going to go over there and stop them. We're going to make some military bases there. We're going to slow them down a little bit.
What do you think
Gum up the
Iraq and
works.
Iran are doing right now?
No, I
They
know.
think we're taking the world over, like, and they're looking patriotic. Like, we have to stop these American bastards.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Wait, were they
Yeah, but, like,
Russians in that scenario?
I love that.
I mean, Apu is pissed off as Wings just demonstrated.
Apu is Indian. Oh my God, you're like brownest.
No, I
Yes.
said he sounded like Apu. Man, we are not four white guys trying really hard to be
Not
ethnic.
to be racist. Yeah.
Ah.
We need a member of color on here to justify our actions.
All right, get Bash.
Oh my god.
No,
Oh,
dude, there's
It's
got
dude.
to be.
Bish.
God damn
I
it,
like
no
how-
Canadians.
I like how the point that it's just like he's the go-to. It's like, man, we need a little bit of spice in this area. Let's call Bash in. Let's call Bash up in here.
You can get Hex in here. Hex counts.
Dude, Bash
Oh.
dresses like Justin Bieber. I think Bash is kind of whitish.
Yeah, Bash is the whitest black man I know.
Dude, he's all about the Justin Bieber look. Like the hair, the hoodie, the jeans, the way he wears his jeans, like the tight t-shirts. Bash
Hey, man,
is
don't
like,
hate. Don't hate.
yeah, my man's got Justin all over him, and he's always talking about his swag. You know who else gets girls? Justin Bieber.
Shoot, did you see that car Justin Bieber bought for T-Mar's girlfriend?
No, what'd he get her?
He got her a Shelby Mustang.
Nice.
All right, I can
Nice.
get behind that.
I think you'd
T-Mart
have to
gotta
get in
step
front
his
of it
game
for a
up.
Shelby Mustang.
I
T-Mart's
really
interested in Rebecca
I don't
Black.
get all of the Justin Bieber hate still.
Me
Like,
neither.
yeah, he's a little douchebag and he's annoying.
No, he's
but,
not. No,
like,
he's
he never
not.
did anything to me.
Yeah, dude,
I've never
I
seen
don't.
him do anything.
I don't have the slightest problem with Justin Bieber. I have a problem with the Bieber haters, right? All these guys who do nothing but sit behind their keyboards and don't put themselves out there, who don't try to be anybody special, and they sit there and they hate. They throw their bricks, they throw their rotten tomatoes. They think that they're doing something. They're not doing anything, you loser. Shut the fuck up. But Justin Bieber's got more talent in his pinky than you do in your whole body. The guy can actually sing. The guy can actually play. They talk about how much he sucks at guitar. You know who's worse at guitar than Justin Bieber? Me. Me, I try to play. I saw him jamming with some better guitar players, and he was actually kind of playing. Like he knows what he's doing. And sing. Have you tried singing? Singing's hard. Singing is a challenge. And Justin Bieber, on the other hand, the guy can actually sing. The guy can actually play. The guy can actually, be the cult leader that a musician needs to be at that like top level of super success, like the Katy Perry, the Michael Jackson. To get girls to just faint in his presence, Justin Bieber has some sort of it factor. And you 14-year-old pimpled little boy, upset because your girl likes him more than you. Try stepping up your game instead of hating on Justin Bieber. Maybe you'll get somewhere.
Man, that was an adamant and thorough defense of Justin Bieber.
Time to step
Yes,
the
it
fuck
was.
on up.
Quick question. What drug do you think he'll be addicted to in the next decade, and how much do you think it'll ruin his life? Go.
What drug do I think will take down Justin Bieber? I don't know. See, the
I'm going to
team
say Coke
around
at
him.
22, and that's final answer.
I'm going to say Justin Bieber does not fall into the drug trap, and here's why. Justin Bieber has this his parents follow him around. He's got a girlfriend. He has a support team turning him into the Justin Bieber machine that like Macaulay Culkin didn't have. That Lindsay Lohan was like insta adult. They're like, yeah, here we go. Even Miley Cyrus, I think, is a better candidate for going off the rails than Justin Bieber is.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. It's like, when is Hannah Montana turning into Britney Spears?
Hannah Montana's fucking hot.
Is she 18 yet?
I don't know. She's got a nice ass though.
Well, let me confirm her age before I give any old man opinions on.
I mean, you just really defended Justin Bieber. I'm pretty sure he's like 11 or 12.
Yeah,
He's, but I didn't talk about his boobs.
How old is Justin Bieber really? Is he like 16 or so?
yeah.
It's like 15
He's
or
16.
He's 16.
He
or
might be
17.
17 by now. He was 16 in that movie, right? I look
Well,
up
the mo-
Justin Bieber.
I'll go check my ticket stub. It's framed in my room.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'll have. I'm on Wikipedia. Justin Bieber is now 17, and Miley Cyrus, who has a lovely rack and a tight bum, is 19.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy Ray is gonna fuck you up, Woody.
Bring it, Billy. Bring it, Billy.
He gonna bring
No.
all the soldiers home.
He had a
In your face.
yeah, Billy Ray had an interesting parenting philosophy, right? Like he wanted to be his kid's friend instead of like her parent. And sometime around 18, he was like, that ruined it. He's like, I lost all my authority, and it tore our family apart. Now I don't know where they stand today, but he went kind of public saying like she's like not as connected with me as she would have been. So yeah.
So Billy Ray Cyrus is basically telling you need to slam the hammer down. You need to rule your house with a totalitarian fist.
He would go closer to that this time around if he could redo it. But he also had an odd situation, right? Like when a kid makes more money than they can spend, I think they become 10 times harder to parent. They don't need you anymore. They at like 16 or even 14 years old, suddenly they're like, what do I need dad for?
Fool. You just have them sign over all like the what was those things called?
Yeah, then they end up suing.
Right of
you.
Well, I mean,
attorney.
like fooling your kids into giving them your money.
No, just
Well, we're
sign
talking
your right
about
of
good
attorney over
parenting.
so you can
Yeah, we're
control their
talking
money
about
for
good
them.
parenting here.
All right,
Yeah.
the tricks to getting your kids to love you forever. Number one, trick them in a very deceitful contract to give them all of your money.
My
Yeah,
people.
you're trying
Number
to say
two,
good
profit.
parenting. I'm looking at this as good parenting because one, they're not going to blow their money. Because if your kid has total control of the money, they're easily influenced because you're easily influenced them into a contract. Who says somebody with less morals wouldn't be easily influence them into a contract? I mean, if you have good outstanding grounds, you're only doing it to protect their money, to make sure they're not broke at 25, make sure they're not going into rehab centers at 27, make sure they're not all over the Star fucking Tribune at 28. That's what you're doing. You make it seem like bad parenting, but at the end of the day, you're just protecting your money. Bad parenting would be taking their money and spending it all on yourself.
Yeah, okay, I understand what you mean now.
I'm
I thought
with
you meant
you,
just
I'm
like
with you,
signing
yeah.
into your name.
If
Well,
nothing
if
else,
you're-
it should be in a trust for the kid that opens up when they're 21, like a large
Yep.
percentage.
I like
But
to
the
see
thing-
it open up in phases. That's the
Yes,
thing, right?
maybe
I would go from like 18 to maybe 28 as their money sort of flows to them, and then at 28 it becomes the mother load. That's where they go.
Yeah, but the hate for not just Justin Bieber, but anyone. There's no reason to hate on anyone unless you're just jealous of what they have. That's all it's about. That's all any kind of hate is about. It's about jealousy.
Well,
it's about
I mean,
jealousy or just blind loyalty to your favorite talking head, whoever or whatever. It's just
even though most of the haters on Bieber out there are like freaking out about him just because I call him a little faggot or whatever the problem
I think
is.
they're just sheeple.
That's
they're
jealous,
just guys who
but,
jumped on some sort of bandwagon.
But at the same time, I've heard people say like, "Oh yeah, I dislike Justin Bieber because I don't think his music is unique, and I think he's just a safe, friendly face for girls to masturbate to." Like, I can understand that. Like, yeah, he isn't really doing anything musically exceptional. He's a decent singer, yeah, but he's not like breaking any barriers.
I saw this picture one. Winks just asked if girls masturbated to Bieber. I saw this picture one time. Somebody sent it to me, and the girl has taken a male sex doll and stuck Justin Bieber's face on it. And obviously it's a sex doll, so it's got a cock. And she's just like, yeah, about to fuck him. Yeah, dude. girls masturbate to Justin Bieber, and that is why dudes don't like Justin Bieber.
That's weird.
I could probably find that picture. Let me start googling.
Oh no!
Wait, Bieber's 17, face. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rick Santorum,
so make sure
you
that
can't
you're
just
using really explicit language when you search for it, like Bieber cock or something like that.
I searched Justin Bieber sex doll. He actually does have his own action figure, so that's one of the main results.
Are you kidding? Action?
Well,
what
Bieber
action
figure.
does
whatever,
he perform?
dude. I don't know. Maybe it plays the guitar. Maybe the action figure fucks young girls and plays guitar and makes millions of dollars. I don't know. I'm looking.
If you could trade spots with a celebrity, who would it be?
Justin Bieber.
I don't know.
Bieber's not a bad choice.
Does it have to be
Bieber
a modern
is an excellent choice.
I mean, I'm still trying to think of any like hotel like Harris.
I want them to be young
like,
and rich and good looking.
I want to be young, rich, good looking. I want to be young, rich, and good looking with no responsibility. So I'm trying to think of that criteria.
Yeah, the no responsibilities thing is key. I want that too. That was where the rich came in, right? They need to be rich enough that they can stop right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Paris Hilton. Like, what's the guy equivalent of Paris Hilton?
I don't know. There's nobody quite as worthless as her.
Yeah, but she does nothing but party and gets paid for it.
You know, I think she's smart.
I think she probably is too.
I might be. Oh, see, I'm not completely alone. That's where I was headed. But like, when you see, I don't know, like Jessica Simpson, or maybe she's not even a great example, but you see these guys and they just appear completely dumb, right? They're not really clever. But when you see Paris Hilton, like there's a little bit of glimmer in there, right? Like, you know, she's doing that. What was her TV show called that she and like Denise Richie were on?
Where they drove across America in like motorcycles.
I saw them on like farms or something. They were a little bit out of.
Anyway, for fun. The Hilton Hotel's empire's not going to fall anytime soon.
Yeah. She, I just there's like a little sparkle in her eye that implies that she's not completely clueless. That's just the character she plays on TV.
Oh, The Simple Life. That's what it was.
The Simple Life. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. There's I just think that she's not as dumb as they make her out to be. Oh, shucks.
Yeah, she's probably not intellectually stupid. It's just frustrating to see her where she just doesn't do anything her whole life and just reaps the benefits of being born into a rich family. Which, once again, that's just me hating on her because I wish I could have been born in that family.
Damn straight.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think she's made a lot of money on her own, though, right?
Oh, okay. Well, you give me a multi-billion-dollar amount of capital to get started, and I'll get a Mercadurka cologne to get.
The clothing line comes very easily when you can pretty much.
No.
Joint venue.
See, none of that. All right, that's partially true, but her sister isn't. I don't know. Her sister is attractive, but her sister, I guess, doesn't have those aspirations. I'll say this: if Paris Hilton weren't attractive, she wouldn't have any of those things. If she was like some ugly. If she were ugly, she wouldn't have done the things she's accomplished.
No, but look
that's
here.
another thing that I don't understand.
She might not be the face of it. But look here.
Is the only difference between Paris and her sister the sex tape?
The sister, I think, is a brunette, and the sister is like I don't know. I find the sister less attractive than Paris. By the way, I just sent you guys the picture of the Bieber sex doll.
I'm on it.
Yeah, you're gonna want to check that out.
Save as.
But
save to desktop.
But the fact is, what's going to stop her with like millions of dollars from getting like the best designer out there to design your clothing line? And just name it like.
But they didn't design her like.
Not yet. I mean, she could do it. Maybe.
I mean, on her occupation it says socialite.
Well, there you go.
Businesswoman, socialite, model, fashion designer. 3 of those sound as though they're the same thing, and then socialite just means that she enjoys a life of frivolity.
Yeah, when I was in LA last night. She was staying in the same hotel I was. I
Look
guess
at this picture.
somebody that was with me saw
This
her.
picture,
Oh, yeah, did you get with
she
her?
looks busted.
You know?
Not like. I was expecting her to be like, yeah, here we go. She's like, oh my god, you caught me.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That picture's awesome,
look at
though,
how
right?
many spare dildos she has that could go
Yeah, that's
right
what
in that
she said.
circle.
I like
Look
how
at
she has a
that.
cup
She's
of
like-
tea down there
she's
with
like-
all the dildos.
Yeah, she's got that cup of tea, and she's like, you know what? I'm feeling blue and white Bieber dick today. And she goes, you know what? I'm feeling big, thick, vibrating Bieber dick.
Do you see the little one that the blue and white one's pointing to?
Oh, that's
That-
the real one. That's the one it came with.
So for people who don't know, the blue and white one is pointing to what looks like a very small penis. I'm going to say the thing is 4 inches, and it kind of makes
That's
me wonder,
less than 4
just
inches,
what
Woody.
size? Less than 4? You don't
It's a
count the
small
base.
penis. In the thing. There we go.
Yeah, it's a
That
very
was-
small penis in this picture, and the fact that that's for sale and that it's like moving and people are buying it implies to me like that blue and white one might be more than she wants. I don't know.
That Woody, or maybe she's putting the little one somewhere else.
Ooh.
Heyo.
You know what? I swear to God, that picture of tea makes me really want tea.
Yeah, they
And she's
is
got
those
the
sugar-
Are those sugar cubes
sugar
there?
cubes? Yeah.
Are
Why does she have
marshmallows
so many sugar cubes? There's 2 on the bed and 3 on the floor.
Why
Can
does
we
she have
just
stuffed animals
get
like a
straight to the
5-year-old
meat
girl
of this
on the bed?
picture and ask what's the point of giving a sex doll a hand job?
I don't. I think
Can
she
we
was
just get
giving
to
it.
that?
I think she was fully servicing that doll before whoever walked in and took that picture did so.
But you don't service inanimate objects. Inanimate objects
It's more
service
like a
you.
fantasy, Woody.
Okay.
I mean,
Mark
you-
Zuckerberg, that's not a bad choice to switch with. He's really rich. He has a lot of responsibilities though, but you could
Here's
count
the
those.
no. See, you always want to go with somebody in entertainment. All right. All right. So if you're rich, all right, and not well known. Let's say you're rich for like I don't know, creating.
Oh, I got
writing-
Hugh Hefner.
No. That's the opposite of where I'm going. If you're rich because Hugh Hefner's a great example. Young Hugh Hefner's getting laid more than Justin Bieber. But if you're rich for like I don't know, owning a hot sauce company or like owning a waste management company, you're not in the public eye, right? So you're not getting like fangirls. You're not getting girls who like want to fuck you just because you're you and you're in the public eye. Bieber doesn't have to look very hard or very far to find a hot chick to take home.
I wonder if
Mark
he's loyal to
Zuckerberg
Selena
might.
Gomez.
Yeah, Selena Gomez. Have you seen her nudes?
What?
No.
Is she 18?
Who cares? Let me get you the nudes.
Hey, I have to pretend to care.
What did you say?
Oh.
She was 18? Cool. Let's see those news.
uh,
Oh.
I'm still perplexed at this Bieber thing. I'm like going over it with a fine tooth comb. She has like a Tweety Bird bedspread, and it's
she's
like no-
19. Bring him.
Heyo.
Hey-o.
like what kind of bed is this? She doesn't even have like a box spring. It's like a mattress with Tweety Bird on it.
I mean, there are a lot of things to critique, but her sleeping arrangements aren't what I would capitalize.
No, dude. I love the.
I want to hear Shalene's take on this girl with the with the Bieber
gross
thing.
nudity. No.
Oh, look at that. I didn't notice that. The doll has pubic hair.
You
Yeah,
just
the dog-
noticed
yeah.
that now?
Oh my god. Well, that's a lot weirder.
Well, Justin
probably
Bieber,
has
if
a
you're
lot
out there
more
listening to
than-
Painkiller
Nah, that was a
Already,
mean joke.
there's an Asian chick that'd be more than welcome to just be your personal sex slave.
Excuse me?
There's this Asian chick more than welcome to be a personal sex slave. She's obviously giving the plastic doll a blowjob. I'm pretty sure she'd be down to fuck to give the real one.
Yes.
Oh, if she's doing
'cause
it to that piece of plastic. She's definitely down to do it for real.
She
Yeah,
would
she's
bite Justin
totally
Bieber's
down
dick
for the
off
new
and
one.
keep it. She's hardcore. Like
You know,
I
I
can't-
bet she would blow anyone if they wore that little Bieber mask.
Oh,
maybe
my God.
so.
Somebody
I
from the
one of those
chat
at all time.
just said she
Yeah.
has dirty feet. And he's right. The chat has the picture too.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking
You
at
know
it. She does
what?
have
Like,
dirty feet.
whoever noticed
I didn't
that
wanna-
this chick
I didn't
had
wanna say
dirty
nothing.
feet is gay.
I don't know. She's
She-
sitting on
She
them.
also looks like she doesn't wipe really well.
Oh,
I think
Lord.
that's Shadow.
Yeah.
Let's go with
Either
that.
that's shadow or this just got a lot weirder.
I'll be right back. You guys carry on.
No, I'm trying to search down these Selena Gomez pictures. It's kind of weird because they mix in some from when she was like 14, so I have to go through those.
I'm probably gonna get slapped here, but I might have to buy me one of these masks right here.
Wait. Go back to the Bieber picture and look right above the Bieber doll. Amidst all the other pictures of Justin Bieber, there's just a picture of Jesus petting a lamb.
I saw that.
Oh
yeah, there is a picture.
Yeah, there's just Jesus sitting up there. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just giving my Bieber doll a hand job with my Jesus poster on the wall. God, this is messed up. Why'd you send me this?
All right, so here's Selena Gomez topless. I'm sending it to you guys now.
This has to be like a trick photo. This is one of those photos like you stare at in like a doctor's office. And
Oh,
find all
did you see the Scarlett Johanssons?
Wait. What kind of photos does Wings of Redemption stare at in doctors' offices?
I'm like, this has to be a trick photo. Like, it has to be photoshopped or something because it has so many things fucked up with it. Like the Jesus photo. I don't know what the fuck there is above the sugar cube bowl, but the Tweety bed's backwards. She got stuffed animals like a 5-year-old girl. There's no cover on the beds whatsoever.
Now, there's a lot of psychological trauma in this picture. No doubt.
Is that like a South Park? Is that like a South Park thing above the top left?
South Park thing. There's a horse up there. You know, there's just a picture of a horse.
Get back to me when there's a cow.
By the way, I'm calling T. Martin out. T. Martin immediately went, "Send the pictures to me."
He did, and I sent him the one of the Asian chick with Justin Bieber.
Oh, I already sent. Oh, he wanted the Selena picture. I already sent that.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did.
She's got a pretty good rack. That's some Wizards of Waverly Place right there.
Wizards of Waverly Place?
I'm looking at the pixels.
Okay, well, maybe if I were in 8th grade, this would be FAP material, but, you know, come on.
There are more hardcore options out there.
T. Martin goes, "Yes!"
You see that nipple? That's like 4 pixels.
Now, T. March, you instinctively have to send a nude to her now since you've seen hers.
I don't know why I can't find the better pictures because there's like full frontal nudity of her.
I think they're fake.
No, they're definitely real. There was a whole controversy and like they're real. They were taken off of her cell phone. Like there's like 5-6 pictures.
Really?
Yeah, I bet it's
basically what Kyle's saying is if you can trust him on anything he's ever said, this is the thing.
Yeah, trust me. I know which celebrity photos are real and which are not.
No, I didn't like any of them. I don't like naked women, right? But the Vanessa Hutchinson nudes were top notch.
What about the Alyssa Hannigan? You know, the redhead from Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
What? That guy?
What?
Okay.
Yeah, I got those. I got video.
I got
video.
Oh, wait, the original Buffy.
She's the one from
The original Buffy was from the movie or from the TV show?
The movie.
Who was that?
Oh, that's the How I Met Your Mother girl.
Yeah.
Christy Swanson.
Oh yeah.
Christy Swanson is nowhere near as hot as Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Do I dare change the topic or is this one perfect?
No, we can change.
We can do
I'll tell you somebody that's
Make
kind of fell off. Jennifer Love
things.
Hewitt.
Dude, Jennifer Love Hewitt has like half a dozen TV shows and like crazy makeup company money. And she makes a movie every now and then with her enormous, perfect titties.
Dude, I watched that show. Was it Ghost Whisperer?
Yeah, that did really well.
Shalene got into it. It's like 5 seasons of this shit, so we ended up watching them all. And she is ugly in that motherfucker.
You watched 5 seasons of Ghost Whisperer?
Yeah, I watched like 5 seasons of Ghost Whisperer.
Oh, God. That's too bad, man. What were you going to talk about, Woody?
This is a great one because Celine's on the phone. There was a time on Painkiller Already. This, by the way, came from Twitter. They wanted me to ask Wings this. But Wings of Redemption said he'd never be a dad and he'd never pay the bills for a family. Do you have updated thoughts on that?
I got suckered into it.
Is there anything else to say? Is that it?
It's more rewarding than I thought it would be.
Okay, I can get on board with that. Yeah, it is actually, and it's rewarding beyond any kind of like logical explanation, right? Like, you know, you hear your kid like sing the alphabet or something, and you're like, "Yes, that's incredible." Meanwhile, it's an accomplishment that everybody can do. It'd be no more than you being proud of me for like while it's starting my car. You're like, dude, every freaking adult can do that. This isn't really that bold a deal, but it must be chemical or biological or something. You're like, yes, this is fantastic. Look what just went
The child
well.
is going to dominate all the other children in kindergarten. He is going to be able to read, tell all the colors. All you fools are going to go down.
Yeah, you jackasses don't know canary. My son's got that on lockdown. It's,
Kyle, didn't you have a brief experience with that when you took care of White Boy for a while?
Well, I'm sorry, what?
The feelings of fatherhood, just
Oh my God.
tournaments kicking in, just taking care of White Boy, just taking him out of the cold, man.
No, nothing like that. Also have nudes of the chick from Harry Potter, but she is underage.
What?
She's not underage.
Hermione is not underage. I'm pretty sure she's like my
No,
age.
she's definitely not.
Anybody want to see
underage.
Hermione's pussy?
No, I'm good.
No, definitely
Absolutely
don't link
not.
that in
Do
the Skype
not
chat
send
right
that.
now.
Do
I
not
don't
put
want
that
to
in
see
the
no
Skype
pussy
chat.
from Hogwarts.
Do not send that link. Do not just drag it right in there into the where it says type a message.
Hogwarts pussy is the best pussy.
Yeah,
Ugh.
definitely. I don't want to see that. I hope that I don't have a link in the next couple seconds.
Where did it happen? I mean, if one were to research, where would one happen upon these photos?
Why do you guys not understand the power of Google? I get asked so many questions daily, and nobody understands the power of Google. Like it
They're
took me
fake, dude.
No, they're not fake. It's an upskirt of her, like at an event.
Oh, yeah. She's in a limo. She's wearing like black see-through panties or something.
Yes, she is.
I haven't seen it.
No, you're fully capable of describing it to the team.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Wait, isn't her name Emma Thompson?
Yes, it is. By the way, Lindsay
Emma
Lohan is
Watson.
a much better Hermione. Did you see her on SNL that time?
What am I getting? What Emma Thompson? I'm getting this older
It's
blonde woman.
Emma Watson.
Emma
Watson.
Watson. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Thank
I'm
God
sure-
there still isn't a link to the files in the Skype chat.
Okay, Kyle, you got to step your game up. Let's go and get some Rick Santorum nudes. Let's go get some good stuff.
That's
Yeah,
the guy.
Anyone who types in Rick Santorum nude has just better be prepared.
You've got to get Rick with the guy. That's the thing. I know he's
If you-
gay. I
But
know
if
it.
you get a Rick Santorum nude right now, it'd probably be worth some money. But look at this motherfucker getting undressed for showers.
Nobody
Clearly
like
not good for president.
nobody thinks about gay people that much when they're not gay. Like, his entire life is devoted to making sure that gay people don't have like marriage. Like that's his principal thing. That the man is all about holding down gay people. So in private, he holds down gay.
Yeah, like
people.
times when the most I ever think about gay people are when I watch Republican debates. And I'm like, man, I really didn't think about this that much. It's like, I'm not going to start a petition to get anchovies banned because I hate them so much. I'm not going to just dwell on that.
That's what I'm saying.
I gotta agree with you guys on this one. And me and Woody, we've had this conversation many times. Why do they keep going after the gays? Leave them alone. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, another
They're
problem with it.
decorators. They're very neat, clean people. They're usually well kept.
Part of the
They're
problem is it's a
industrious
losing
people.
strategy, right? If you're pro-Republican, if you're hoping that the Republicans do well this year, then they're losing more votes on this anti-gay platform than they are gaining it. At some point, the Republicans will realize that this is very much like the racism platform they had like back in the 50s. That look, we're not going
Abraham
to
Lincoln was a
win.
Republican.
We're not going to win elections based on the fact that we want segregated schools. Like that's going to be a losing argument, and eventually they'll go and say, you know what, like preventing gay people from getting married is costing us more votes than it's gaining us. We're going to drop that issue eventually, but they're late to the party.
Don't open that file I sent you that says my cock.
What?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got scared.
Oh,
You guys ever have a picture of
that's
your cock
wild.
in your phone and you're trying to show somebody a picture and you actually thumb through it?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid the other day with Woody. Woody was like trying to get to it. Apparently, he's like
I
trying
know
to.
it's not ringing a bell. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Kyle apparently has pictures of his unit on his phone. So
Look.
when he shows you like pictures on his phone, he has to hold it and control it. And it's an iPhone, so you just like reach out and swipe and see what's next to it. He's like, I wonder what the next one
Trying
is.
to save you.
okay.
I'm
So
trying to
everyone
save
has had a few dick pics on the phone. No big
I've-
deal.
I've never had a
Well,
dick pic on my phone.
That's because you're married, Woody. She's seen it before.
Woody, You know, no offense, but I mean, you're old, man.
I have another topic.
All right.
Did you
What was
read
that?
about
What was
that
that?
Oklahoma shooting recently, Kyle?
Yes,
Wait.
I did.
So,
no, I didn't.
this woman was, she's at home. She recently had a baby. The baby was 3 months old. And this is the kind of stuff, by the way, that gun advocates just love. So I think it was like a neighbor or someone that she kind of knew wanted to get in the house. And she's like, no, she can't come in. They can't come in. So he and another person were like beating on the doors and stuff, trying to enter her home. And like I said, she's there with her 3-month-old baby. And just
Her husband died Christmas Day.
Thank you. Yeah. So this happened like, I'm going to say 3 days ago. It's close to that. And her husband died on Christmas of just last year, right? So a few days earlier. And so yeah, baby's 3 months old. Husband's been dead for about a week. And now bad guys are beating on her door. So she calls 911. And she's in Oklahoma. And she's like, get a dispatcher here immediately. And as far as I know, a dispatcher is a person that like answers the phones, but that's what she wanted, a dispatcher. Anyway, so she's like, get a dispatcher here right now. There's a guy beating on my door and whatever. And I think she grabbed a shotgun and a pistol.
Yes.
And the people came in and she shot him with the shotgun, right, Kyle?
Yeah, I shot him in the chest.
It was yeah. So she hit right where she was aiming in the middle of the chest, which apparently is not what I do with shotgun. But that's off topic. And the guy dropped dead, and the other one ran away. And during the call to 911, there's this argument. It seemed like the 911 operator basically said, "Open fire, you're clear to shoot, Maverick." That's what I got out of it. Kyle, do you have anything to add?
What I got out, the operator was like, I can't. She was like, can I shoot them if they come in? She's like, I can't. And the operator basically says, I can't tell you to do that, but protect yourself and your family. And like,
Yeah.
so basically, the guy was armed with what they described as a 1 foot long hunting knife, and he had shown up to show his condolences a few days earlier for the husband, and then he reappears, at night with a friend, and they want to come in, and she won't let him in, and closes the door.
Looking
and then
for pain pills. this
They
thing
said it took
says.
21. I guess maybe she lives way out in the middle of nowhere, because they talked about like a 21-minute period of time while I'm assuming she's either on the phone with them, or because I don't know how they would come up with exactly 21 minutes, but of them breaking down the door. So it's like a straw dog situation where like they're coming in. They don't care that you're screaming and yelling and on the phone with the cops. They want in.
Did they know what they wanted? Like, were they going to steal things or?
I don't know.
Hurt
They're
them?
going to steal things, rape her. Who knows? Maybe they're just crazy and they wanted money for drugs.
They said they're right here to look for pain pills.
That's pretty common. There was one of the few murders in my area was recently. It's the only murder I can think of, and it was a guy looking for pills, and he came in and beat an old man to death with a baseball bat.
What kind of pills was he looking for?
Pain pills. People get hyped up on these motherfuckers.
You never know.
That's like the one drug around here that's. I've seen people pay $600 in one sitting to buy pain pills.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
People do crazy
like-
things for drugs.
I'm like,
Percocet,
seriously,
Vicodin?
$600? What the fuck? I always wonder, how do people support pain pill habits? That's like more expensive than cocaine or something.
They support it by killing people and stealing their money for it, apparently.
Yeah.
That's a good
Or
way to
just
make a
being
buck.
rich.
You know what drug has the best anti-commercials? I may have worded that badly, but
Meth?
no, fucking crystal meth. Have you seen the anti-crystal meth commercials?
Didn't you
Yes,
say
I live in
meth?
the middle of Missouri. Yeah.
There, you guys may have seen this, but for anyone who hasn't, there's a crystal meth situation where you have the voice of a young man doing like a voiceover, and he's like, if I hadn't done crystal meth or something, he's like, basically says, I'd never be asking this. And it shows a young boy, I'm going to say 16 or 17, on a bed, shirtless, and an old creepy man sits down next to him, and he looks at the old man and says, how much am I going to get for this?
That's pretty fucked up.
I think
And
your
then
old
I've
creepy
seen
man is.
billboards. I've seen billboards with like a pool of like spattered blood everywhere and a razor blade, and it's like, it says something like, "I bet you never thought you'd cut your own skin off to get the bugs out, not until you
Kyle.
smoke crystal meth."
Why the hate for old creepy men, huh? What the fuck with that?
I mean, look, Woody, I don't know if you guys have a protection agency or what, but
Words hurt. All
I
right.
figure game.
But yeah, so it's I don't think anyone is against her in this shooting. The police didn't even file a report or anything. They're like, yeah, that's a good one.
Exactly. Oh, dude, you go somewhere like there's a great one in Texas. I was in Texas a while back, and I was talking to some gun guys, and they were talking about we were talking about the castle law and some other things, and they talked about there's actually a 911 tape, and the guy is talking to the dispatcher, and I'm paraphrasing, but he basically says, somebody's breaking into my neighbor's house. They're breaking in right now.
I know this.
He's like, I don't even like him, talking about the neighbor, but those guys are breaking into his house. He's like, if they come over here, I'm going to shoot them. And she's like, whoa, calm down, sir. No. If they come over to my land, I'm going to shoot them. They're not coming to my property. I'm going to shoot them. And she's like, sir. He's like, they come on my property. And you hear, boom, boom, boom. He kills them. He just kills them. And, they're trespassing, robbers, so it's all good.
I mean, something like that just seems a little bit extreme. Like,
I got
you shouldn't be just quaking at the opportunity to kill someone. Like, that's pretty fucked up.
No, man, come on. Like bad people? Let's kill some bad people.
Bad people? Are you 10?
Jesus. Those are bad people. They're breaking into
people. People are either 100% bad or 100% good. You're
Absolutely.
either Republican or you're a Democrat, as far as he can see.
No, I'm saying that if somebody is breaking into your neighbor's house, that's a bad guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you don't need to go out of your way to kill them.
Oh, yeah, they need to die.
Yeah.
Do you know how low crime rates would be if you had more dead criminals? if being a criminal were a much more dangerous business than it even is now. I wouldn't want to be a criminal if, there's a place above Atlanta called Kennesaw, and if you're a homeowner there, you're required to own a gun. If you're breaking into houses, where are you not going to go?
I'm not going to go to Kennesaw.
I'm not going to fucking Kennesaw.
No, honestly, what made me want to get a gun was that issue with the police. Like, I was looking around online trying to just find a simple gun to buy.
It's kind of bad when the police spar your gun purchasing.
I need to refresh my stream. My comments are old. But why does a gun help you with police invasion?
I don't know. It just kind of scared me, and I was like, oh, shit. All those people talking about guns were kind of right. If I ever do need to protect myself, I should have a gun.
Yeah, just imagine if if the city wanted to overtake you or overthrow you, like a totalitarian government. That's how it would be, right?
Yeah, they definitely win, but I'd rather have a gun.
They don't win against me.
No,
they might not too. That was total bullshit until I saw his arsenal last weekend. That was like, oh man, when you hear about. So here's the deal, right? I took a picture. I was just sort of loading up for the trip and everything. I was kind of excited. I had I guess 2 pistols and 3 rifles. And I took a picture. I'm like, yeah, I'm packing for my trip to Wings' house. And then they talk about Kyle's arsenal. And it was like out of this world. People were like, oh, Woody, Kyle's guns are going to make those look like pea shooters. And I thought, no, it's shotgun, right? Like, you can't make it look like a pea shooter. But I can tell you what, they make it look unimpressive. They make it look like nothing. They make it look... yeah.
Make you start thinking about stealing weapons.
It's not just the guns, too. It's the ammo. It's like, oh, would you like a limitless supply of, like, $9 a shot dragon's breath to just shoot for, like, your own self of entertainment? This one has sparks. What do they cost a round? I don't know. It's just like, if people saw me shoot into the water, right? It's like pop, 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 that fast, right? He's shooting like dollar rounds like that. The guy shoots like, they talk about how many rounds per minute. Kyle shoots like $35 a minute, and it's no big deal. It's just,
if you're gonna have fun, you might as well have some fun, right?
Yeah, Wings is talking about supporting your pain pill addiction. Kyle's like, yeah, those guys have a ridiculous habit. Hand me that $10 shell. Like,
I've got, and I don't have many of them. So don't get me wrong. I have some bullets that are like $150 each. Like there's some 50 cal rounds that are just outrageously expensive. And
I was gonna say a 50 cal round is like, I thought they were like $12 or $15.
You can get them for like $3. Like for regular ball ammo, just Full Metal Jacket. But if you want and I've got you saw some of it. That's what I had in that bandolier. Those were incendiary rounds. Those explode. Not really explode, but they catch things on fire. That's the point. But like if you want a Ralphus round, Jesus Christ, those things.
What does a Ralphus round do? Kill a tank?
It's high explosive.
At what
comes out of
point
a 50
is
cal.
killing something just like, good enough? Like, it's dead. Like,
Well, they're not made for killing things. They're made for like shooting armored personnel vehicles.
with just a sniper rifle? Like they just snipe a vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's generally
shoot
what
the block
the
or
50
something.
cal is designed for.
I never
Anti-material
understood
rifle.
that. How can it just destroy a whole vehicle?
Shoot
You
the
just got
block
to
of
destroy
the
a little
engine.
bit of the vehicle for the vehicle to stop working. That's what the 50 cal Desert Eagles were made for. They were made so that if you had some individuals from outside of Israel coming in and charging a roadblock, you could shoot their engine block.
I
With
did
a
not know that. I thought
Yep.
they were made so you get dank pistol switches in COD 4. But,
Dank? Is this a new word I need to learn? You kids and your trendy words.
it's just one of those words that's so retarded that you say it kind of mockingly around people who say it,
I've only heard dank to describe weed.
Do you still do the
Really?
fucking trick shot montage in Mercadorca?
No, I never really. I did that like 3 years ago, just for fun. But no, I never really got into that again. Honestly, Modern Warfare 3, I'm not getting really excited about it. Like it's fun, but I'm not like I haven't logged on in like 4 or 5 days.
I seem to like Modern Warfare 3 more than most. Like I'm not going to call anyone out, but there are a lot of guys who just don't have. And one thing that I'll notice is true: the enthusiasm for COD games keeps shortening. Right? COD 4 literally lasted 2 years. Right? COD 4, people were excited about that game through the lifetime of World at War. It even overtook it just before Modern Warfare 2 came out. And then Modern Warfare 2, people were excited about that game through like the summer. And it wasn't until like Borderlands came out that people were like, yeah, I'm really thirsting for another game. And then Black Ops came out. And people were excited about Black Ops through, what do you say, springtime? Okay, I say spring. A Wing says the very end of winter. There's your ballpark, right? Modern Warfare 3, I feel like a lot of guys are sort of jumping off the Modern Warfare 3 boat in January. When I'll call it Iron Wolf, for lack of a better thing. Are people going to be interested in that game like November 3rd through Thanksgiving, and call it good?
No.
No.
And Ironwood? What did you even call that game? I haven't even heard of it.
Iron Wolf, like the dog.
Iron Wolf. Man, I must be. Who's making it?
Treyarch.
Wait, this is the name of the new Call
Black
of
Ops
Duty?
2?
Call it Black Ops then, if you want. Black Ops 2.
Oh, all right.
It's rumored to be called Iron Wolf. I don't know, but that's rumored out.
Iron Wolf.
I don't know. For my history, I've enjoyed Treyarch games more than Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward has yet to make a game that stands out to be great to me. Modern Warfare 2 was okay. Call of Duty 4 was okay. Modern Warfare 3, I hate. I've hated the game since the second week it was out.
I thought COD 4 was really good. I thought that Modern Warfare 2 had the potential to be maybe the peak of the series, but they didn't support it, and they let it, it was broken for the first 5 months of its life with care package and javelin glitches. And then after that, it was just ridiculously unbalanced and game-ruining trouble there, right? Like, people fuss about the Striker or the Type 95 or the ACR, or you could go on about half the weapons in Modern Warfare 3, which to me means they're all fairly balanced in their own situation. But the noob tube was just ridiculous, and it was broken, and they wouldn't fix it. There were half a dozen great ideas on what to do about it, and they chose nothing. So, Modern Warfare 2...
we should be just happy that their game works.
No, I guess I was going through my Infinity Ward history. COD 4 was good. Modern Warfare 2 had the potential to be good, but was actually the worst in the series ever. And then Modern Warfare 3, I think, is pretty good too.
Now, let me go through a realistic look of the Infinity Ward's run. COD 4 reinvented the first-person shooter genre, created refreshed gameplay. This hypnotized a lot of people into believing it was better than it actually was, but it was plagued with glitches, rumors, and elevators this entire lifespan. World at War comes out, which copies COD 4's engine and uses a World War II platform, which was kind of old and dated at this time. People were getting tired of it, but they also had the same problems, elevators and stuff, but were fixed within the first 2 months. Modern Warfare 2 comes out. 6 months in, the game is unplayable. Then once the game is playable...
6 months in. Game's unplayable out of the gate.
Like
out
6
of the
days
gate,
in.
javelin glitches. And,
first 6 months, game is unplayable. Then, once the game is playable, stuff like noob tubes becomes game destroying to the point where everybody's just floop, 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 floop. And now, let's fast forward to Modern Warfare 3. They have this crappy hit detection, lag compensation stuff. They make it's harder to get in the games with full parties. It's the matchmaking is slower. The hit detection is worse than Modern Warfare 2, which is a step backwards in my opinion.
Yeah,
Honestly,
the
like,
live
I think it's a
compensation.
fun game. It's just, it's not like I'm angry at the people who made it. Like, wow, you should have done this differently. It's like I'm just angry because
And
they're not
what,
angry. I'm just
what did Black
frustrated
Ops
that
bring
it's the
to
same
us?
thing over and over and over.
Black Ops
My-
brings to us probably the most supported Call of Duty game that's gonna. Black Ops got more support than Modern Warfare 3 will get.
Black
I
Ops
don't know.
got
They
excellent
fixed the
support.
spawns tonight, by the way,
They're
They did?
saying
Yep.
they will at 2 a.m.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Bullying
I-
tweeted about it.
Well, I will eat my words if I get on at 2 a.m. tonight and the shit's perfect.
What was I going to say? Hit registration. My experience with hit registration is different than it seems like the world's. The worst hit registration I ever had was the first 6 months of Black Ops. I had never had problems that bad. I got to thinking that I didn't know how to play Call of Duty anymore. It was so difficult for me to get good gameplays. And people who play with me a lot will remember, like, my God, I put 12 bullets in that guy. It was so hard. There's one of the reasons I didn't prestige, because I had such a challenge getting my stuff. And the first 6 months, and then Black Ops, not everybody knows, but they put out patches dealing with hit registration, and one of them, for whatever my situation is, became magic. And then suddenly, I felt like I was on a level playing field with everybody else, and I had to think that I was pretty good at freaking Black Ops. Like, I actually was like, you know what, I'm a above average player here. Things are all right. Modern Warfare 3, my hit registration is on par with where it's always been. Sometimes I get BS'd, sometimes I know I put 4 shots on that guy and he still won the gunfight. But I know sometimes it goes the other way too.
I remember Modern Warfare 2. I could pretty much shoot a guy full on with the ACR across the map and hit every shot. Now you have to lead again, just like COD 4. Why would they take that step back in the hit detection? Modern Warfare 2 that's one thing they did right. Hit detection in Modern Warfare 2 was immaculate. Who agrees with me?
I didn't like that though.
I had my Modern Warfare 2 experience wasn't what it sounds like yours was. I mean, I was getting shot around corners. I was getting that experience.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when I shot somebody and my red dot was on him, it hit him every time.
I find that to be true with Modern Warfare 3 also. But what I don't find is this. Like, I will get what on my screen looks like the first 4 or 5 shots, and then I die. And I'm like, oh, I know what happened. On his screen, I barely even shot at him yet, and the game just chose him over me. Like, that happens sometimes.
That's that lag compensation crap. They ain't hit detection.
They're one and the same to me. But I find that if I put my bullet, and a lot of times when I think oh my God, how many bullets does it take to hit him? If I go and look carefully, not all my shots were as on target as I thought they were. And now when I look at it, I just kind of know that going into it. Like, all right, it might seem like a lot of shots were on there, but Woody, you were kind of jumpy, in your aim right there. So a lot of those probably missed. But it's a good game. I look forward to one of the things that's going to make or break Modern Warfare 3 for me is how these map packs come out. If they're going to do a real multiplayer map every month, which I've heard they're not, and those maps are good, then this could be a really neat game, a game that's exciting, a game that's constantly refreshing. Monthly releases of new maps is something that I'm down with. However, if they're going to release like a new camo, a Spec Ops map, something other than like a multiplayer map that I'm really excited about. I worry that with these monthly maps they're supposed to come out with, that they're gonna I don't know, do some low effort nonsense.
You're trying to say that you're unhappy with your winter camo?
Was that the December release?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome, Elite Founder. For this month's update for your whatever $12, we're getting you winter camo. And this month, we tossed a prestige token your way. I'm like,
fuck yeah.
This is exactly what I hoped Elite would be.
Winter camo? You spoiled little bastard.
Yeah. So
Your
far,
winter
we've gotten...
camo and your extra class.
We got winter camo, and we got a prestige token. Those are the things that we've gotten as Elite members so far. And it's like... Really? There's supposed to be 12 multiplayer maps this year. That was the idea. That was what I thought when I was buying Elite, pretending that I paid for it. But
Yeah,
right.
That's what I
You
thought
took
when I was handed Elite for free.
Yeah, right. When they flew me out to COD Elite and put me in the $1 million
I bought Elite
tournament
for
on
you
their
and Kyle
dime and they
then.
gave me a free game, I expected more for my nothing.
And my free trip.
My
Yeah.
presence is enough to constitute 3 prizes. Oh.
But you know, as a paying member, you know, I would be hoping for more than you know, a token and a camo.
Yep.
Oh, and theater mode. I wonder, like someone in the chat. People, contrary to popular belief, I watched this stream all night long. But theater mode. Wow, you know, in Black Ops, theater mode was imperfect to me. Like if you called in a napalm, it didn't show it properly, and there were little things about it. But by and large, like if your recording failed, you could use that. I think if people use it all the time, unless they were doing something good with theater mode, like breaking new ground and innovating with it, if they were just using it as a substitute for their PVR, they were lazy because it looked like you were watching a kill cam the whole damn time. That's not a good way to run your channel. But in Modern Warfare 3, theater mode's almost unusable. People get pissed. They're like, "Why are you so twitchy?" People assume I'm doing it. Like, because if you don't know, if Modern Warfare 3 theater mode, when you run, your character like suddenly looks at the sky, looks to the right. You know, he's all like jerky and ridiculous. And people are mad at me. They're like, "Woody, why do you twitch like that? It doesn't make you look like a good player." It's like, I don't twitch like that. It's a theater mode glitch. And some people know that and some people don't. Theater mode in Modern Warfare 3 is actually quite bad. But with spawns and lag compensation still using some, you know, still with room for improvement, and some of the other issues, I almost want to be like, don't throw too many resources at theater mode. Make a new map, fix a spawn, something like that.
Yeah. Also, have they fixed the scoreboards yet, where they tell you how many flags you've captured?
No.
That's a great idea. I've mentioned that early on. I did this like open letter to Infinity Ward, and so far it's had quite the impact. They fixed 0 of my issues. But
Nice, 100%.
yeah, I'm at a. It's a perfect record. It's flawless. So yeah, the scoreboard, I really liked it, and I also felt like it. You know, at the end of the game, like on the YouTube scene anyway, at the end of the game, people would look at that. Like if you went 30-2, but you capped one flag, the spawn one, people would be like, "Hey, you know, that's not how I expect you to play. If you're going to be a person who sets an example for how to play, I'm going to be looking at your caps and your defense to see, you know, what kind of impact you really had on the game. You know, lots of people can just sort of work the edges of the map using cover and get a good KD. I want to see you, you know, have that impact. And now, the scoreboards, they don't show that. They show the score, so you can kind of look at a guy who went, like, if you had, like, 32 kills and a kill confirmed, and some guy with, like, 22 got a higher score than you, then that kind of, like, demonstrates that you didn't do enough to get tagged. But it's all this subtle sort of redirected, I don't know. Like, I miss Treyarch scoreboards because they were good. They told the story of what happened in that game.
I was called a fool when I said Treyarch's a better developer.
When
I'm pretty sure.
Before Black Ops, I felt like Treyarch was the second tier one, right? Like Infinity Ward's the
That's because you didn't experience World at War like you should have. I seen them. They did the same thing in World at War as they do it in Black Ops. They supported the fucking game.
Okay, yeah. So I'll agree with you, right? Like I played a little World at War, and then I tried to play a lot of it. I tried to prestige in it to get a token for Modern Warfare 3, and it was just ridiculously broken. And I never played World at War like you did. I played enough to know that it's ugly. And I played Black Ops to know that it's ugly
I love
too.
World at War. It had that gritty feeling, like you're actually in World War II. And you know what's better?
Oh no, it had that feeling like it was a shitty viewing experience.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
What's better than blowing a motherfucker up?
As it does now, or the 40s.
Absolutely, yeah. Dude, this is what I love, right?
When I think of World War II, I think of, old, straight line telephones and shit like that, really bad movie cameras. I think a double barrel shotgun blowing a motherfucker's legs off.
I would talk about how Treyarch wasn't an attractive game, right? It's like they took the color wheel, if you know what the color wheel looks like, and just smeared it with gray and brown and said these are our available colors, right? So there is green in that game, but it's brownish green, and there is blue in that game, but it's grayish blue, and they just took every color in the color wheel and like uglified it, and they did that for Black Ops. And I've got subs telling me, Woody, it was the Cold War. That's what the Cold War looked like. Motherfucker, I was alive in the Cold War. We wore fluorescent camouflage clothing to school. We wore, like, bright yellow neon shit. Did you not see your 80s old movies? That's what the Cold War looked like. I was alive in the 70s, too. You know, I wore Bruce Lee shorts that were, like, barely bigger than tighty whities. And it was bright and it was colorful. It did not look like that. It wasn't a gray planet. The sky was still blue, even in the Cold War. And you know, like, don't do that next time, Treyarch. Next time, go over the top. Next time, I want your game
Next
to
time,
look
I
like
want a seizure from your color palette.
I want Call of Duty and Team Fortress like smushed up together into some brightly awesome, happy game. Where
Yeah,
every
like
time I pop
Carnival.
in, yeah, not Carnival. You know, although whoa, there's something about Carnival, though, right? Like Carnival was the first map I played where I realized the experience, the importance of a player popping. Right, so a player needs to pop in the game against his background. Right, I don't know how they do it, but I know I talked to JD 2020 about it, and it was something that at Trek they did intentionally. Right, they intentionally like had different pixel resolutions for people versus backgrounds and stuff like that. And when you spotted a guy, even just a little bit, he kind of popped against his background, partly because he's moving and partly because they did something about that. In Carnival, that was the first map I saw where it was like it's not that they're camo, but somehow COD characters running against walls with graffiti on them had a camo-like effect. And now in Modern Warfare 3, I find that on almost every map. On almost every map, it's like I can't explain it. Players just don't pop against their background like they once did. And I guess they dropped that as a design philosophy, or maybe it's something to do with the switch to Sledgehammer from Infinity Ward. I don't know. But getting players to pop against the background, it's as if every player has camo all the time. Does anyone else like feel the same thing I'm feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want me to say that Treyarch has ugly games, I'm good. I'll go there with you. I'm just saying Treyarch games are more playable and have more longevity.
What's the name of the map that's it's kind of like Terminal? It's like a mall or something with a couple escalators.
Arkaden?
Oh, Hotel.
Arkaden, is that it? Or
Yeah.
What game is it? Modern Warfare 3 or
Modern Warfare 3?
It's kind of like Terminal.
It might be Arkaden, yeah. But
Oh,
anyway, that
Arkaden,
one,
yes.
when you're,
The shopping mall and yeah.
yeah, when you're upstairs and you're looking towards the elevator or the escalators, you can't see anyone. It's so shadowed at the top of the escalator area. They can just crouch behind that one little box and just be good to go, just the whole time. Or at least that's what I've noticed. The biggest
For
problem.
me personally, now granted I'm 7,000 years old, so I might be in my like unique little demographic, but I don't see people in this game like I've ever seen them before, and that's
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like they blend into the background,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I use Marksman, because Marksman makes them pop because their red name pops up.
Yep, yeah, that's true. So
I thought I was just getting old and my eyes were getting bad. I'm glad somebody else is with me on this.
All right. So Kyle, I need a ruling here. This guy says World at War was the best. Fuck off, Woody, you old pedo fucker. Ban worthy?
Oh yeah.
All right.
If they ever call you a name, they're banned. Like they're gone instantly.
That's it.
Or if they can't support he can't even support his opinion with any facts. I love it when people are like, "This is the best." Why? Because it's the one I played. Like if you're gonna tell me that World at War is the best Call of Duty, then give me at least 3 reasons why, and explain to me why the other games were lacking in that area. I think Call of Duty 4 is the best. Now, part of my reasoning at the top is it's the most fun for me. But that's not really so tangible. So you got to like break it down to what parts of the game were fun to you. What was fun for me about Call of Duty 4 is how balanced everything was. How sniping wasn't that easy to do. How
let's put an ACOG on it and make a one shot everywhere.
Not if you throw Juggernaut on.
You know what? So that's a weird thing for me too, right? Like, so I know the theory. The theory is you add an ACOG to an A40, it gives an extra 5 points of damage. And that extra 5 points of damage means that even without like a headshot or any multiplier, with stopping power and the 5 points, you get 102 points of damage or something. So you should never get a hit marker. But I did. Like, what's up?
Occasionally
with that? Like,
you do, and it's weird.
Yeah, and it's like it wasn't a penetration shot. I know the math, and I did it. I checked it. If you do get 5 points of damage with an ACOG, then there's never a hit marker. But there was. And
sometimes you get them.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Like if it's
I would
like
imagine
4-leaf clover of COD.
Well, it's more common in the LMGs, to be perfectly honest. LMG does 45 damage. It has no drop off. Why do you have to shoot a guy 4 times sometimes?
I don't use LMGs. I have no idea.
The thing about Call of Duty 4, though, if you were good, you did well. No matter what. Like, I mean, you could go into a game where you were playing against an entire other team, and you'd still go 2-1 because you were better than them.
Well,
yeah,
one
but
thing I didn't
that's
like
the case
was
game
shipment.
Warfare 3.
One thing I want to make it so Wings is saying Treyarch is the primary developer. By the way, the comments on on my stream are way behind. You got to refresh to stay current. But Treyarch has zombies. Now, I'll give Infinity Ward a little credit that their current Spec Ops is better than what we've seen before, but it's not zombies. Like for whatever reason, like the extra game that you get with the Treyarch games is heck, in some cases better than Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Zombies is really good.
Yeah,
So,
Dead Ops is better than Spec Ops.
You know what? People wanted me to talk about the unlimited prestige token glitch. So, here's the in Modern Warfare 3, there is a way. I forget the steps. I saw a video on how to do it, and it is something to do with like going into a private match or prestiging, and you can get all your prestige tokens right in one time. Right, you can just fill it up in your set, and there's a glitch that allows you to do it. My advice to you is not to do it. They're banning people for it. I have friends of friends that got banned for it, and they're gonna fix it. And just don't. It is in my mind. It's one of those glitches that doesn't hurt other people. Really, what? You're gonna have more classes? I have never lost a gunfight to somebody because they had extra classes. If you use the prestige glitch, I don't care. Right? Personally, it's not ruining my game experience. It's not like the care package glitch. It's not like the javelin glitch, right? It's not one of those things. You want a prestige token glitch? Don't care. I felt the same way about the buttons in your clan tag thing. Like it didn't really ruin it for me. But
those can get annoying if they put like 15 of those in there and it takes up the whole bottom of your screen.
Hold on, there's a guy cursing at me. I'm about to ban him. But so it doesn't really bother me if you use it. But I wouldn't because they're going to ban people for it, and apparently they know how to catch you. So careful. But as far as which developer is best right now, shucks. Before Black Ops, I would have said that Infinity Ward is the undeniable champ of COD developers. Today, it might be Treyarch.
Now, if one wanted to roll the dice, so to speak, and try this glitch, what would they do?
Oh, probably look for a YouTube video on it. I forget what. I've forgotten the exact steps in there, but
it's something about joining the game while having the thing up, and then once you're in a game, you press yes, and then it goes like to -1, and then you like boom, boom, boom. You can just keep buying them.
Yeah,
I don't even need to look it up. That's enough of a tutorial. Boom, boom, boom. Get the thing. Yes.
What it is, you have one prestige token left. You have your buddy join a game while you're on the selection menu. You press yes, and it goes to -1, and you can keep buying them. You go to 15,000 of them if you really wanted to. All you can do is max your classes out, buy all the guns, and then get tons of experience, double XP.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do double XP.
Yeah. What do you think about guys who die on purpose in shucks, what am I going for? In Kill Confirmed.
Oh, where they die holding the respawn thing, then just pop back in and grab their token?
The attack insert, yeah.
Yeah, attack insert. I think that's pretty gay.
I don't really care.
Use gay as a word to say it's stupid, but it's a really stupid, cheap tactic.
Yeah, it hurts your teammates. That's the
yeah.
The problem with me, it's a boosting method that hurts other people who play the game, right? Like, if you're on my team and I'm a man down because you're that kind of jackass who's just jumping on his own tack inserts, then that sucks. I don't know. It's all about whether or not you're hurting other people with these glitches. That's what it is.
It's just a selfish way to play.
Yeah. So,
I mean, if you really want to get to the end of your prestiging that fast, just stop prestiging after you hit 80.
That's what I did.
Yep, that's what I did. Only prestige once.
I think I have every pro perk in the game. And I have, I don't even know, 6 or 7 gold camos. And, I don't know, I've got my stuff and I'm happy. Now I'm also level 1 noob on PS3. I bought the game for that. But, yeah, I just did in prestige and I'm happy. I hope that Black Ops or Iron Wolf or whatever does a similar thing where like previous game experience carries over.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you want to go ahead and call the show there?
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, that's been Painkiller Already 79. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. As always, been your boy Woody's Gamertag, Wings of Redemption, and FPS Kyle. If FPS Kyle's still alive.
Hey, Kyle's looking and researching some very important pornographic materials for later.
I went to look for some Hannah Montana, and he's been awful silent.
Dude,
I know, dude. As soon as we stopped talking about naked teenagers, we lost Kyle. He's like, fuck this. I'm no longer interested in this show.
I don't play games. I don't know anything about that stuff.
Yeah. All right, guys. That was Painkiller Already. Have a good day.
Peace.
That's weird how the comments are so far behind.
You have to refresh the stream to get current again.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And like halfway through the show, they were starting to comment about Justin Bieber, and I'm like, we talked about that like 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck